You want to know what rock bottom looks like to a narcissist? By the end of this video, you're going to know what rock bottom looks like to a narcissist. Hey there, I'm Rebecca Zung. I am an attorney. I'm a narcissist negotiation expert. And on this channel and in these videos, I talk about how to powerfully negotiate and shift the dynamic with narcissists. And if that is something that you want to be able to do, I invite you to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. Okay, so let's talk about rock bottom. And whatever happens to narcissists if they hit rock bottom. Do they ever hit rock bottom? The answer is yes, they do. And it's not a pretty sight because they don't want to hit rock bottom. They do everything they possibly can to make sure that doesn't happen. It's the absolute worst thing that could possibly happen to them, because for narcissists, it is a game of survival at all times. I mean, that's what they are in their whole lives, just feels like survival all the time. That's why they act the way they do, because they feel like they're constantly trying to survive. In a way, it's very sad. It's like they don't have air or oxygen, and they don't have a sense of self. They're constantly trying to layer on any feeling of having security or a feeling of value from external sources. And it's this black hole they're constantly trying to fill. It's like trying to get oxygen, and they can't get it. And so when they collapse, when they hit that rock bottom, it's because they've been exposed. It's because that mask has come off, because they've been outed for who they actually are. That's when they've hit rock bottom. They've led these double lives, and the real self has been exposed. And by the way, when you're negotiating with them, that's how you have the power. That's how you have the leverage, is by putting that pressure on and potentially exposing them, and having that strategy and having that leverage to potentially exposing them, and potentially putting that pressure on and motivating and squeezing them that rock bottom might be a possibility. And they don't want that to happen, because they know what that might look like for them. So what happens when they potentially hit rock bottom? Well, obviously, there's always that underlying potential of rage. They have this something called narcissistic injury. And when that narcissistic injury gets triggered, which is always right below that surface, that narcissistic rage can come flying out. They're very easily slighted, because they don't have that sense of self. Anything can slight them, any kind of amount of tone, anything that potentially looks like something against them. So they feel very bad about themselves, even though they act like they are so wonderful all the time, and they put these airs on that they're supposed to be so entitled all the time, and they're supposed to have the best tables and the best this and the best that. It's all a big act, really. Underneath it all, they feel horrible about themselves. They have this issues with self-loathing or potentially depression, especially the covert narcissists. And so they oftentimes they go into these deep depressions. And so if they hit rock bottom, it could be deep depression, it could be deep rage. So that's what could happen. Sometimes with rock bottom, they have to kind of put themselves back together. They're shattered, right? So they have to try to find a new source of supply. They have to rebrand themselves. They have to figure out where their new source of supply is going to come from. Remember, supply is their food, their lifeblood, their oxygen. So they need to figure out where is that new source going to come from. So they have to figure that out. I mean, they're almost rebranding themselves as if, it's a failed business. If a business fails, what does a business owner have to do? They have to rebrand themselves. So that's what a narcissist has to do. They have to figure out what they're going to have to do to attract new supply in. So that's what a narcissist would do. And by the way, if you want to know what the signs are that this rock bottom may be coming, you can check out my video on the signs of a narcissistic collapse, that collapse is coming on. They could be just in a state of shock for a while that this actually happened to them, that they were exposed. I can't believe this happened to me. And maybe they act like a victim. If they're a covert narcissist, they may just act like a victim. Any narcissist, of course, is going to be blaming the rest of the world. So they could be just sitting there telling everybody how everybody else is to blame for the fact that this happened to them, projecting and deflecting. It's everybody else's fault. That person, it's this person. Of course, they can't take any responsibility for themselves. So they may go around trying to get everybody in the world to think that their rock bottom happened because of these circumstances or that person or everyone else, of course, right? Every once in a while, you might find that the narcissist might actually be changed as a result. Sometimes it happens. I have known a few narcissists or people who have said to me, I once was a narcissist and rock bottom is what caused me to change. I, as a result, got therapy and help and was reformed as a result. And because of that, I now have a beautiful wife or husband or life, and I'm no longer that person. It doesn't always happen that way, but sometimes it does. Sometimes that's the thing that causes the person to look inward and get the help that they needed and become who they were supposed to be, but it doesn't always happen that way. Most of the time it doesn't. Sometimes, they become very vengeful. They start plotting against the person. Most of the time, it's not a pretty sight. Most of the time, it's probably pretty much what you expect, not necessarily a good thing. And you could pretty much expect that that's what's going to happen. And especially in negotiations. And I'll tell you this, as I've said many times before on this channel and in these videos, narcissists are definitely way more afraid of you than you are of them. And they did not attach themselves to you because you had so little value. They definitely attached themselves to you because you had so much. And when you are negotiating with them, stand your ground. Definitely stand your ground. Create your strategy, create your leverage. You can figure this out. You can create a strategy that definitely works. And when you have given them an offer, stop allowing the gaslighting. I can't tell you how many times I have seen somebody give an offer and then they turn around and say, you haven't given me an offer. And you absolutely have. Just stand your ground and say, give me a counteroffer. Don't allow them to gaslight you. Be okay with the fact that they may hit rock bottom. Don't allow yourself to feel guilty that they may hit rock bottom. That is not your responsibility. They are who they are. You as the empath cannot take responsibility for who they are. If they're going to hit rock bottom, it's okay. The negotiations are going to go however they're going to go. And you have to be okay with whatever the fair and equitable result is for you. You are the only one that is going to have to live with whatever the result is going to be moving forward. And you have to do what you have to do so that you can take care of you. And there's nothing wrong with you taking care of you. Okay. So start with getting my free Crush My Negotiation prep worksheet at winmynegotiation.com. drop in the comments that you are taking care of you, right? I'm taking care of me in the comments. There's nothing wrong with that. Or drop in the comments how you're taking care of you. I'd love to know. And make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. I'm Rebecca Zung. I'm so glad that you're here. Join my free private Facebook group. I'm here for you. It is here to support you. Get the support that you need. I'm so glad that you're here. Remember, today is a great day to start negotiating your best life. And I will definitely see you in the next video.